live. Oh, wait. Actually, hold up. I should post on Discord. Everyone SACing MAL Eternal. There we go. Okay. Alright. Am I late for the stream? Absolutely. Do I care? No, I stopped caring forever ago. Also, I don't think this is going to be very long. From what I've seen, I don't think 1993 was that big of a year, so I don't think I'm going to say 30 minutes. I'm going to say this is a 30-minute stream, everyone. So, really, who gives a fuck? How late I am. Welcome to SACing MAL Eternal, the worst show I make, which we do at this point every time I finish a game on stream. And dear God, did Digimon take forever. We have made it to 1993, which I think is right around when the bubble popped. So get ready for not a lot of anime to have come out in 1993. We're going to start off with Musei Kinin Kansho Tyler. The irresponsible Captain Tyler, which of course I have already what the fuck is this? Oh, that's bad. Oh, God, I want them to not do that. Oh, I hate that. That's really, really bad. Anyway, Justy Ueki Tyler is your average 20-year-old man, lazy, greedy, and passionate womanizer. He plans to land an easy job with the United Planet Space Force that pays decently and is also far away from the rigorous combat raging throughout the galaxy. However, Tyler's dreams of living a simple life are brought to a sudden halt when he stumbles into a dangerous hostage situation. Through one strange mishap after another, Tyler miraculously manages to save the hostages and is awarded the command of the decrepit space cruiser Soyokaze. Now Tyler finds himself in charge of sending mad mercenaries, proud pilots, and skeptical colleagues, and harsh commanders through the infinite expanse of the universe, all while avoiding the looming threat of the Holy Ralgoon Empire. What misadventures await the irresponsible Captain Tyler? That doesn't actually sound particularly interesting. I believe the reason this was added was because, Mother's Basement made a video about it back when I think he actually watched anime, because I no longer believe he does, and allegedly, and it made it look halfway decent. God, that is awful. God, I fucking hate that. I hope that stops being a thing. Okay. Wakakusa Monogatari Nanto Jo Sensei. Little Women 2, Joe's Boys. Nan Harding is a new student at Mr. and Mrs. Bayer's school. Everyone thinks that she's a pain in the head, but not Miss Joe. Together with the other kids, they all embark on their personal adventures and misfortunes while learning in school. Did Little Women have a sequel? I didn't know Little Women even had a sequel. Miracle Girls. Mikage and Tomomi Matsunaga are miracle girls. They have a telepathic link with each other and can teleport when they link their fingers. Tomomi is a sports star and has a boyfriend called Noda. Mikage is the smartest student in the school and is in love with her senpai. He moved to London to study, but they still kept in touch. That is until a selfish princess called Marie decides that he should come with her back to Diamas. Back in Japan, the twins are having various problems of their own, but they soon realize there's a link between Marie, an ancient legend, and a girl they know called Emma. That sounds good. Am I crazy? That sounds good, actually. Hold up. You know what? Yeah, that actually sounds good. I'll watch that. Fuck that. I wasn't expecting that to sound good. It looked terrible, but it sounds good. All right, what do we got? We got Yusha, Tokyo Might Gaine. Nouvelle Tokyo City locates on the place where it used to be Tokyo Bay. At the first glance, the prosperous city seems to enjoy its freedom and peace, but the city is suffering from the crimes. Senpuji Maito is a perfect 15-year-old boy, bright, handsome, smart, and all-around sportsman. Furthermore, he is the leader of Senpuji Trading Group and a multi-millionaire. He spends his private fortune to found Brave Express Squad, which consists of several robots. They are the robots that have various special abilities. Above all, the leader, Gaine, has a super artificial intelligence and has own personality. They can transform into trains. In case of incidents, they will appear anywhere in the world using the highly developed railway system. That sounds like a complete fucking nightmare. I can't even tell how good things are. 71% okay? Can we get a fucking number? This is fucking awful. Holy shit. Okay. It's like 7. It's like a 7.1. Christ, I hate that. Alright, we have whatever's continuing. We have continuing shit. O&As. We got OVAs. Okay. We have Oh My Goddess. Megame-sama. Oh My Goddess. When college student Keiichi Marusato dials the wrong number while ordering some food at his dormitory, he accidentally gets connected to the goddess hotline, and a beautiful goddess named Beldandi appears out of a mirror in front of him. After getting kicked out of the dorm, Keiichi and Beldandi move to an old shrine, and soon afterwards, Beldandi's sisters, Erd and Scold, move in. So, I have read Oh My Goddess. When did that come out? The anime came out in 2005. I should probably wait. I'll probably add the 2005 version. I'm probably not going to watch the original OVA. Although I do like the art style of this OVA, to be fair. Anyway, moving on with that. Tenchi Muyo. Ryo Oki. Tenchi Muyo Ryo Oki. 17-year-old Tenchi Masaki grew up hearing stories about how his ancestor used a sword to seal a demon inside of a cave several hundred years ago. When curiosity gets the better of him, Tenchi goes to the cave and stumbles across the sword from the legend. Thinking that the story is nothing more than a fairy tale, he removes the blade and inadvertently releases the demon, who turns out to be a space pirate named Ryoko Hakubi. Furious about being trapped for so long, she attacks Tenchi, but he is able to repel her with the sword, awakening his inner power. After seeing this, Ryoko takes an interest in her unlikely savior and decides to crash at his place. As if it were a chain reaction, more alien women, Ayaka Jirai Masaki, an uptight princess from the planet Jirai, Sasami, Ayaka's sweet younger sister, Mihoshi Kuromitsu, a ditzy galactic police officer, and Washu Hakubi, a wisecracking genius, gradually come in contact with Tenchi and begin living with him. Through his encounters with these 5 women, Tenchi begins to learn more about his ancestry, newfound power, and the looming threat lurking beyond the skies. Classic right there. Bastard! They, redid Bastard, so not even... Oh yeah, Bastard! Ankoku no Hakaishin. The kingdom of Metallicana is under attack from the 4 Lords of Havoc. This party of villains, Ninja Master Gara, Deadly Thunder Empress Ne Arshis, cold and calculating Kal Su, and enigmatic Dark Priest Abigail, will stop at nothing to get what they want, even if it leaves utter destruction in their wake. High Priestess Geo is desperate to help save the kingdom and its people. He unleashes the mighty wizard Dark Schneider, a man who used to be an ally of the villains. Unfortunately, Dark Schneider has his own plans in mind. Will he stop the 4 Lords of Havoc or join them in their conquest of the world? I've added this? What the fuck is this? Giant Robo, the animation. Chikyu ga Seishi Suruhi. Giant Robo, the animation, the day the Earth stood still. What the fuck even is this? Why did I add this? In a future to come, humanity enjoys a new age of prosperity thanks to Dr. Shizuma's invention of a revolutionary renewable energy source, the Shizuma Drive. But this piece is threatened by Big Fire, a cabal seeking world domination. Against Big Fire, the International Police Organization dispatches a collection of super-powered warriors and martial artists together with Daisaku Kurosama, inheritor and master of Earth's most powerful Giant Robo. By capturing an abnormal Shizuma drive, which is essential to Big Fire's plans, the IPO ignites a desperate conflict between the two groups. Hold up. There we go. I had something up I shouldn't have. The coming battle will test Daisaku's resolve to the utmost, reveal ghastly truth behind the creation of the Shizuma Drive, and bring human civilization to its knees. Giant Robo is a character-driven adventure in a retro-futuristic setting, drawing on influences from opera, kung fu cinema, wuya stories, and classic mecha anime. It incorporates characters from works of the manga Mitsu Teru Yokuyama, but is designed to be a standalone story. I don't know how I learned about this. You know why I think I selected this? I think I stumbled upon this randomly, and I was like, that is fucking Exodia. And I think that was literally my only motivation, was just like, well, that's just Exodia. Dragon Half. This I've heard of. Mink is no ordinary teenage girl, being half human, half dragon. Her father had fallen in love with a red dragon he intended to kill, and instead of slaying the dragon, he fucked it. He married her. Their union gave birth to Mink, who inherited horns, a tail, retractable wings, and incredible strength, characteristics which signify her dragon half-nature. Mink spends her days accompanied by her friend Pia, a dwarf girl with overprotective parents, and her best friend Lufa, an elf with great healing powers but impressively bad magic. The three find themselves mooning over the dreamy and charming dragon slayer Dick Saucer. But in a sudden absurd turn of events, Mink gets closer than ever to the object of her fantasies, only to realize that her love may never be reciprocated because of her dragon heritage. Thus the trio sets out on a quest to find a potion that will make Mink fully human. They may unwittingly make enemies, but they are sure to have a heck of a good time. You should just stay a fucking dragon, Mink. He sounds not worth it. He sounds like a shitty. Sounds like a shithead. You do better than Dick Saucer. Is that Dick Saucer? The exponent defeated him while fighting off his brown demons. Last we see of Dick is him screaming a vengeful cry while he was swatting away on the crapper. Dick may be the love of Mink's life, but he's now totally convinced she's a red dragon. Brown demons or red dragons will never stop this blonde boy from carrying out his mission, that is, unless Mink can help. Oh, okay. Anyway, so that's that. I've heard of that. Ushio Totora. I think I've heard of this. Ushio thinks his father's tale of an ancestor impaling a demon on a temple altar stone with a legendary beast spear is nuts, but when he finds a monster in his own basement, Ushio has to take another look at his family legend. Fortunately, Ushio knows it's best to let sleeping dogs lie and leave captured demons where they are. Unfortunately, the release of the monster, evil energies begin to beckon other demons to Ushio's hometown. To save his friends and family from the invading spirits, Ushio is forced to release Tora from his captivity. But will the cure prove to be worse than the curse? Will Ushio end his life to a Tora snack, or will the beast spear keep Tora in line long enough to save the city? Mole Diver. Hiroshi Ozora invents the Mole Unit, a device that makes the user invincible. Wow, that's fucking useful. His plans becoming superhero short-lived, however, when his sister, Mirai, accidentally modifies the suit's configuration. Now she's forced to save Tokyo by herself from the evil Machine Gull and his gang of all-female androids. Well, what's it fucking matter? She's invincible. Kishin Haiden. Kishin Corps. October 1991, as the Second World War threatens to destroy the civilized world, an unforeseen complication suddenly occurs: an alien invasion. Despite the sudden appearance of these extraterrestrial aggressors, the Axis and Allies continue their destructive conflict. Only the Kishin Corps and their giant geo-armored robots, aka Kishin, developed from a captured alien robot soldier, stand between Earth and total annihilation. A teenager named Taishi suddenly finds himself at the center of a struggle over a mysterious black attaché case entrusted to him by his father, Professor Tokamura. How are we still getting, so the Super Robo bullshit has started to take on, a real robot twist ever since fucking Gundam, but, it is, actually indistinguishable is the problem. I understand that this is probably, more closer to, Real Robo than the Super Robo, but, functionally, this just sounds like a fucking super... It has all the same fucking tropes. Hey, Kato, how are you doing tonight? What's going on? Welcome to the worst show I make. I've been needing that water, actually. Thank you. A teenager named Taishi... I just read that, didn't Oh, the case controlling the control mechanism for one of the giant Geo-armored robots and the Japanese Kanto army, the alien invaders, and the Kishin Corps all want to recover the device. Between the spies, the armies, the aliens, and the giant robots, Taishi is in for an epic adventure, if he can survive it. Yeah, it's like all this robot mecha anime bullshit is just like indistinguishable from itself. It is, and it has been going since the fucking 60s. Like, Jesus Christ, no, you cannot complain about the isekai boom when the fucking mecha anime boom was this bad. This is insane. This is like fucking 30 years of mecha anime. Anyway, Kato, what have you been up to lately? Anything interesting going on? Unkai no Meikyu Zegai. Mask of Zegai. I like Himiko's design. I love the little hair thing. I love how it's such an aggressive Hime cut. Ben Shillin, nice. I love that it's such an aggressive Hime cut that it almost creates a sort of like mask around her face. Excuse me. Mysterious warriors appear to blast Miki into another dimension. She flees her captors only to find herself trapped in a world of monsters and madmen who plot the downfall of Earth. The only power that can save her and the world is that of the mysterious Mask of Zegai. Miki must embark on a life-or-death quest for this talisman with the villains who kidnapped in hot pursuit. Honestly, I kind of want to watch this more for the character design, if anything. Is that weird to say? I like Himiko's design is fucking killer. Like, I might want to check this out just for the designs. How long is this? This is like an hour. Fuck it, I'm adding it. This is bad. Oh god. Okay, so it turns into a little trash can, it looks like, if it's not liked. What's it? Hold on. Let's go to fucking top anime. What's it like if you're like the #1 anime? It turns into a little Mount Fuji. What? Well, hold on. What's Mars of Destruction look like? Hold on. What's Mars of Destruction look like then? Just a little garbage can? Hold on. Can we get anime search? You know what? Fuck it. Who cares? Alright, let's go. Koryu Densetsu Vilgust. Oh, wait, did I add this? I don't remember if I added this. Did I add this? I did. Vilgust is a peaceful world that exists parallel to ours. However, now an evil deity has been revived and has sent evil creatures to destroy many countries, which left darkness and terror to rule the world. The people's prayers and cries have reached out to the goddess Windina, and in order to free the world from darkness, she chose 8 brave warriors to defeat the evil deity. This is a Final Fantasy plotline. Although blessed, these warriors are unaware at the path chosen for them. Thus, the 2 groups of Kui, Chris, Fauna, and Yuta must meet up with Morobu, Remy, Raikior, and Bostiv before they can follow the path chosen for them and defeat the evil deity. This is based on a game, Armored Dragon Fantasy Vilgust. I think I've heard of the game, actually. Kamen Rider SD Kaiki Kumo Otoko? This OVA is a parody of the popular Japanese tokusatsu, Power Ranger / Ultraman genre, franchise Kamen Rider. It features all the Kamen Riders from the original to Shin. Shin only makes a cameo. See more information for a more detailed synopsis. I've never asked, but what is SACing MAL? I know the concept, but how do you pick which anime to look through? So I will explain SACing MAL as a show in general, and then I will explain the spin-off series, SACing MAL Eternal. So basically, anime runs by seasons. Pretty much all TV does that, actually, but anime, like a couple years back, probably a decade ago, people decided to start making anime seasonal watching a really big thing. This happened pretty much around the same time like message boards like 4chan came out, and then that moved on to like Reddit and stuff like that. And basically, people watch whatever new shows are coming out because people are afraid to watch old anime. And they so they try and keep up to date with whatever's coming out and airing right now, like the new hit in seasonal shows. So when a new anime season is about to air, basically. Now, it's worth noting, I will watch these shows like 4 years later down the line. I do not watch them when they're coming out. In fact, it would drive me insane to do that. But when this new season is about to arrive, what I do is I go on that season and I read all of the entries. like 100% of them, anything that isn't continuing. And I read the title and I read the description, and sometimes I'll look at some of the images and the promotional images and read the cast and stuff like that to see who's working on it. And if it sounds good, I add it, and if it doesn't sound good, I don't add it. That is the concept behind SACing MAL. Now, the concept behind SACing MAL Eternal, I only watch old anime. I haven't watched the newest stuff the past year and a half. Well, that's great. The concept for SACing MAL Eternal, however, is different. The concept for SACing MAL is I go to the very bottom of the database and I work up reading every single entry on the entire website. So the reason we are at 1993 is because we started at like 1900 and we went through 93 years of anime. Last episode was 1992. This episode is 1993. And of course, the next episode is going to be 1994. You're making good progress, actually. I have made good progress. So the first episode was actually, the database starts in 1917. The first episode was 1917 through 1985. And the problem is as you go ahead, right? So like take 1993, right? This is winter season 1993. There are 4 new shows that came out in winter of 1993, right? So if you go to seasonal anime and you go to winter of 2024, it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40, 41, 42, 43, 44, 45, 46, 47, 48, 49, 50, 51, 52, 53, 54, 55, 56. 56 came out in winter of 2024. So it actually gets, unfortunately, harder the further we go. The 80s were rough. Let me just say that. 2006 to 2016 is my personal favorite decade stretch of anime. I would say, honestly, that's a pretty good stretch of years. If I were to have to say, I mean, honestly, you might have nailed it on the head with that one, honestly. Like that would probably be my decade also. So, but yeah, so unfortunately it does get harder as it goes. But what I will say, as far as like that goes, because like now more anime is made, is that it actually is starting to slow down now that we're leaving the 80s. Because in the 80s there was like an economic bubble caused by like real estate. There was like a real estate bubble for Japan in the 1980s. I think there might have also been a minor tech bubble, but it was mostly caused by like real estate bullshit. Anyway, so people just had so much money in the 80s, which means they were able to make so much bullshit anime that no one gave a fuck about. And then when that bubble popped, they stopped being able to make as much anime. So it's actually started to get easier now that the 80s are over. But I am well aware that when we, like, there will get to a point where an episode of SACing MAL Eternal will not possibly be able to take an entire year. It will have to be like 1 season, 2 seasons, 3 seasons, because there's just going to be so much produced that I would be here for like 5 hours if I were to try and get through a year. But luckily, we're not there yet. Anyway, Al Karal no Isan, Legacy of Aru Kararu. In the 26th century, humans discover a humanoid race living on a distant world of Go 74982, a dark-skinned, golden-eyed people who seem to eke out primitive, carefree existence. However, a scout team from Earth discovers that there's more to them than meets the eye. They live in symbiosis with vicious reptilian parasites, and the Terran scientists have upset the delicate natural balance. 2016 was a good year. I think there were a lot of good... I should go through the past 5 years of MAL seasons and pick out interesting things I forgot to watch. That's a solid thing to do. That is a solid thing to do. It's also worth noting that I think the last 5 episodes of MAL listings, when did I start this show? When did I started this show in 2018. What year is it? 2024? I've probably made episodes for those then. Magma Taishi. Ambassador Magma. The alien invader Goa plots to conquer the Earth. He first warns of the Murakami family. Father Atushi, Mother Tomoko, and son Mamoru of their invasion, and demonstrates his powers by transporting them to a prehistoric jungle and destroying a giant dinosaur before their very eyes. But they will not agree to surrender to Gawa, so hope comes in the form of Magma, an armored golden giant with long hair and antennae. Mamoru, the latter, has Magma emotionally touched, and as he wanted to have a child with his wife Mole, so Earth creates a duplicate of Mamoru named Gam Earth, gives Mamoru a whistle with which he can call Gam Mole and Magma in times of crisis. So when Gao unleashes his various Daikaiju, chances are Magma, Mole, and Gam will fly to the rescue. I had notes on my phone of what anime I was going to watch, and after I lost it, I got a new phone. You should get a MAL account, actually, in that case. Or, like, there's like, another website, like Kitsu or Kotsu or some shit like that, but I don't like it very much, but, I mean, I will say this, I have a fucking text document, and that's how I used to track it, is I had a text document on my computer. I still own these text documents, but, like, I don't even, I just keep it off my computer at this point. Also, I want to point out, this guy looks like the God Emperor of Mankind. Just gonna put him out there, Magma. That is fucking God Emperor of Mankind all over him. Oh no, his face is gold. Fucking God Emperor of Mankind wishes his face was gold, I guarantee you. Anyway, this is Anata ga Furikairu Toki. 3 shorts based on stories by Hinai Aiko, who also directed this OVA. Well, good for her. This is Offside. There's no synopsis information has been added to help improve our data. Well, it's clearly about soccer. For the past 3 years, I've fallen down the manhwa rabbit hole, so I haven't actually ingested much Japanese media besides the occasional manga. I've read a few manhwa, but I always had trouble because the pages were backward, and it fucked with me, like, constantly. So we're going to read the Offside TV description. Goro Kumagawa is an established tall middle school goalkeeper who wanted to enter Yokonan High School that is considered to be among the elites in terms of his football club, only to fail and end up in a lowly ranked school opposite to Yokonan because of an accident. However, he met Shingo Hideki and Kazuhito Oda, who are all skillful footballers there, and together in the Kawasaki High School Football Club, they challenge Yokonan and any other schools that have to face in order to improve and become the champions. Any setbacks that they face would be instead an opportunity for better improvement, one of which was the discovery of Goro's natural talent as an ace striker. It goes so deep, man. There's, like, translator beef between all the translation sites, and it's hilarious. That does not surprise me. Is it because they're, like, is it because the translators get their, like, translations ripped off their website in, like, fucking 5 seconds? Because that's always been a thing. They snake each other for the rights to translate certain series. Oh, I have seen that happen in series where a translator, like, fell off and then someone else picked up the translation. And then the other original translator's like, hey, the fuck out of here. I was translating it. And then the other person was like, too slow. And so the original translator will just be like, no, fuck you. And then go back and retranslate the other person's, like, chapters that they already translated. So, but I'm sure this is, like, the next level up. Secret of Mole Diver Himitsu Daihyaka. Before Moldiver's main story OVA, a Secret of Moldiver Confidential Encyclopedia OVA was re-released. This featured background information into the Moldiver franchise, provided character designs and cast interviews. It's wild. Yeah. Yeah, Ganbare Goemon, Jiganjo no Akumu. My brain wanted to say Akuma and was like, nah. What the fuck? No synopsis added to the series yet. Click here to add this information. So what gets me about this is, like, usually this is one line, but this is, like, broken. I've never seen this. This is crazy. Mal, are you okay? Do you add some of these lists to, like, watch later or something at info? When I find something that actually sounds watchable, it gets added to the plan to watch list. Like, this got added, and I think I've added I think we've added 2 things this entire stream. Though the stream is pretty early. We have barely moved through 1 season yet, but yeah, we've added like 2 things so far. We don't add most of the stuff, is the thing. Most of it sounds unwatchable. I'm sorry, is this a fucking 0% score? Has, like, no one ever... No. Is this the lowest rated... No, because there's 15 votes for 8. Okay, it just hasn't gotten a score yet. This system is busted. Will the plan to watch list ever be completed in your lifetime? Okay, so theoretically, if I didn't add anything else to it, yeah, of course. But there is a good chance I can't finish the plan to watch list because the problem is I add shit faster than I watch it is the problem. So probably not. No. I will say, I have thought about this before. There is a good chance I will not ever watch every anime I have ever wanted, but there is a good chance that I will at some point have played every video game I've ever wanted, because the rate at which video games I would actually want to play get released are way slower, like so much slower. And I play them quick enough that like theoretically, if you put it like on a specific number, I play enough video games quick enough that the amount of like games I would want to play are just not being produced at that speed. I think the first 3 episode method would help you finish. Aha! And you see, you would be correct, except for you don't understand. Oh, wait, hold on. Let me finish this real quick. Nina wa yu kyoden cho gokudo yoru no bat wa manrui hen. This is apparently a sequel to something, which came out in 1992, so I've read it. So, here's the thing. You will see this. I have only dropped 24 anime. And I have made it a mission to make that number 0. Is the thing. I've actually gone back and watched anime. That number used to be like 54. So... Oh, no. Certain anime certainly deserve to be dropped, but you are not wrong. But I think it would be fun to be like, yeah, I never dropped an anime. No. Maybe. I do mention pretty frequently that I have made it my mission to have never dropped an anime. Dragon Ball Z Movie 8 Moitsukiro Nissan Resan Shogi Kaisen. Dragon Ball Z Broly, the legendary Super Saiyan. It is a terrible idea that I would not recommend to anybody. The thing is, and you see Anime Plus here, there is actually an achievement for having never dropped an anime, and I want it. That is the entire motivation. There is an achievement that's like, you've never dropped an anime. Congratulations. I think the criteria is to get the achievement, you have to have never dropped an anime, and also you have to have seen like over 30 anime. Which, I mean... mission accomplished on that one. Ramayana, The Legend of Prince Rama. Okay, this is interesting. This is a very high score, I think, maybe. I can't tell anymore. Rama, the eldest prince of the kingdom of Ayodhya, is beloved by all and the natural successor to his father's throne. However, when one of his father's wives conspired to get her son on the throne instead, Rama ends up being banished into the woods for 14 years. Accompanied by his wife Sita and his brother Lakshman, Rama tries to make the most of life in exile despite his challenges. I shall lurk as I've started a new manhwa. I shall read and listen. Oh, well, before you fully lurk, what are you reading? The trio's life in the forest is interrupted, however, when the Demon King, Raven, sets his sights on Sita. Using a crafty plan, he manages to distract Rama and steal Sita away from his castle. Heartbroken and distraught, Rama searches every corner of the world for his wife. Unaware of the links, he will go to rescue her. Ramayana, The Legend of Prince Rama, is a joint production between India and Japan and is based on the Indian epic of Ramayana. The original English version of the Sanskrit songs was worked on by teams from both countries and was screened for the first time in the 24th International Film Festival of India in New Delhi in 1993. A 4K remaster was launched in 2022, marking the 7th anniversary of India-Japan diplomatic relations. Survival story of a sword king in a fantasy world. Okay, alright, let's see if I can't pull that up on Mal real quick. See what we got here. Of a sword king in a fantasy world. Also, it's a manga. Oh, here we go. Latna Saga, Survival of a Sword King in a Fantasy World. After being recently discharged from military service and just drifting through life, Hanbin Ryu is suddenly transported to another world. However, his guideline, the system bestowed upon him to help with his survival and growth, was filled with errors, causing him to be stuck in the tutorial stage for over 20 years. When he's finally released from his personal hell, he finds everyone has turned against otherworlders like him. Just how will this low-level super tutorial newbie survive? Huh. Okay. Well, enjoy. This is 2 hours. You know what? I have 2 hours to watch the story of Rama. I like Indian mythology. Doraemon, movie 14. Nobita to Buriki no Labyrinth. Doraemon movie, Nobita and the Tin Labyrinth. Nobita's dad stumbled upon a strange advertisement of a fantastical resort on television at midnight. Sleepy as he was, he made a reservation, even though he didn't even realize he was talking to the advertisement. The next day, he discussed with his family their holiday plans, only to realize he could not find the place anywhere on Earth. All of a sudden, through his suitcase in Nobita's room, and intrigued as he was, he opened it to find a portal to a beautiful resort managed by 10 robots. Better yet still, it's absolutely free. However, it seems that there's a hidden agenda behind the person who invites him there. How often do you lose your voice? It used to be really common. I feel like you talk 20% more than the average. It's almost certainly beyond 20%. I will tell you that. It used to be more common. I've learned, especially when I first started doing Let's Plays in like fucking 2012, 2013, I think. I used to go through periods where I just couldn't talk for a day or something because my voice completely blew out. But I've learned a lot of better vocal techniques to not fuck my voice up anymore. So I also don't talk nearly as much as I used to in those old. It's all about hydration. It's all about water, and it's all about not drinking cold water. A lot of people don't know this. This is a good tip right here. Cold water is really fucking bad for you. It constricts the blood vessels in your stomach, which hinders digestion, and it also constricts your fucking vocal cords and makes it harder to talk. But vocal strain is a thing I do worry about sometimes. So Keto Senshi SD Gundam Matsuri Mobile Suit SD Gundam Festival. The movie is divided into 3 different parts. The Tale of SD Warring States World Peace Chapter, SD Gundam Side Story, The Legend of the Holy Machine Soldiers, SD Commando War Chronicles, Gundam Force, Super G Arms, Final Formula vs. Noom Gyaza. Just thought I would put that out there. Sengokushi Dai Nibu Choko Moyu. Great Conquest Romance of the Three Kingdoms, an anime based off of the Romance of the Three Kingdoms novels. Oh, didn't I, like... Yeah, I marked the first one already. Okay. This is, of course, Doremi-chan. Hello. Kyoryu Kids. To confirm that birds descend from dinosaurs, Doremi and her friends from the 22nd century use a time machine to go millions of years back in time. Dragon Ball Z Special 2. Zetsubo no Hanko Nokusarate Chosenshi Gohan to Trunks. Dragon Ball Z, The History of Trunks. It's been 13 years since the androids began their killing rampage, and Son Gohan is the only person fighting back. So he takes Bulma's son Trunks as a student, and even gives his own life to save Trunks. Spoilers. Now Trunks must figure out a way to change his apocalyptic future. Also, he loses his arm at one point. Alright, that takes us to spring 1993. Only a few more seasons left. Okay, by Shouju Senshi Sailor Moon R, I've already reviewed this. Kido Senshi Victory Gundam. Mobile Suit Victory Gundam. In the year 153 of Universal Century. Oh, so this is canon. The tyrannical Zenscare Empire has taken... Who the literal fuck is Zenscare? Who the fuck is Zenscare? I guess this is like 100 years thereabouts, at like 80 years after the last Gundam anime I watched, but like, what the fuck? Over Saida 2, a space colony outside of Earth's orbit, following the footsteps of the long-expired Principality of Zeon, and the more recent Crossbone Vanguard, Zenscare rules over its subjects with cruelty, routinely using a large guillotine for public execution. Wow, they really did inhabit some fucking Zeon. Shit. Living in Central Europe, a space immigrant, Uso Iwin, joins the Ligue Militaire, a militia made up of civilians frustrated with the Earth Federation's inability to combat the Zenscare Empire, or literally fucking anyone, or not be goddamn tyrants. Uso's latent abilities as a psychic new type awaken and allow him to pilot the Victory Gundam, the only mobile suit capable of holding off the elite BSPA forces of Zenscare Empire. Hoping to protect his best friend Shakti Karen and locate his parents within the ranks of the Federation, Uso fights on the Victory, striving to bring an end to the Empire's reign. Isn't Victory the Gundam that's just like Jesus and like pulls up a fucking force field around the entire planet? Isn't that Victory? Isn't Victory the Jesus Gundam? Look, he has fucking wings. He has like energy rings. I'm pretty sure Victory is the Jesus Gundam. Okay, we got GS Mikami. Ghost Sweeper Mikami. I know Ghost Sweeper. In a world plagued with malicious ghosts, how is it possible to combat the existence of such evil spirits? The answer is to hire a Ghost Sweeper, a professional exorcist whose duty is to exterminate any unwanted ghoul or poltergeist. Who are you gonna call? Ghost Sweeper! When it comes to Ghost Sweepers, Reiko Mikami is considered to be a cut above the rest. After receiving an offer to examine a haunting near the Jinkotsu Hot Springs, she sets off to put her skills to work. Accompanied by her assistants, the underpaid and perverted high school student Tadao Yokoshima, and the friendly teenage ghost Kinu Himura, GS Mikami details the wacky exploits and adventures of these three as they go about the investigation into paranormal activities. Ghost Sweeper is like fucking famous. Like, real famous. But I don't know if Ghost Sweeper Mikami is, or just Ghost Sweeper in general. I'll add it. It's very famous. Everyone knows Ghost Sweeper. Oh, I thought these were OVAs, and then I saw it was 45 minutes, and I'm like, oh, no, this is like actual Ghost Sweeper. Okay. Because I forget what we're doing sometimes. This is Kenyu Densetsu Yaiba, legendary brave swordsman Yaiba. Kurogane Yaiba is a boy who doesn't want to become what any regular kid would, a samurai. I don't blame him. I don't blame. It's a terrible job, honestly. I don't fucking. Of course not. That's why he undergoes. Who undergoes hard training with his father, knowing only the forest is his world. Then one day he is sent to Japan, where he has to... Where was he before Japan? Where he has to deal with a whole new civilized reality, meeting the Mine family, the evil Onimaru, and even the legendary Musashi, having lots of dangerous adventures and becoming stronger every day. Dragon League. Tokyo and his father, Amon, go to sorcerer country of Elvenia, where they see a parade of the strongest... I'm sorry. Go to the... My brain said sorcerer, and I thought they just misspelled sorcerer. I'm sorry. Let me reread this, because apparently I wasn't giving it the important gravitas of how fucking ridiculous it is. Tokyo and his father, Amon, go to the soccer country of Elvenia, where they see a parade of the strongest soccer team of that country, the winners. Amon challenges the team captain Leon to a soccer battle, and when Amon loses, Leon turns him into a miniature dragon. Tokyo sees the fight and decides to challenge against Leon so that Amon can become human again. Shippu, Iron Leaguer. The Iron League, a place where a team of robots under individual owners play various sports and duke it out in tournaments. Mach Windy is a member of Dark Prince, a team who doesn't play fair and fights dirty to win. Unsatisfied with the actions of his teammates, he defects against the will of the Dark Prince's nefarious owner and joins Silver Prince, the weakest team in the league. Alongside faithful companions such as Magnum Ace and Bull Armor, Mach Windy and Silver Prince will battle against Dark Prince in games of soccer and baseball and aim for the top. This is, of course, Neketsu Saikyo Go Saurer. The Kikaika, literally mechanization empire, invades our solar system. In a matter of moments, they take over and convert Neptune, Uranus, Saturn, Jupiter, and Mars, and they set their sights on Earth. However, one thing stands in their way: Earth's ancient protector and soldier of light, Elodren. To fight this menace, he gifts a 5th grade class with 3 huge robotic dinosaurs, with the power to merge and form the giant robot Gasosaur, when they can pilot and use to stop Kikaika's empire's advances. Classic Super Robo bullshit. Classic Super Robo bullshit. Kyoryu Wakusei, Dinosaur Planet. First, in the virtual trilogy, a mix of anime and live-action shots, the story is written about TV warriors who enter a virtual simulation of the past and encounter dinosaur humanity. This is Gundam. Oh, this is Battle Angel Alita. Oh, people know this because they made a movie of it. Doc Ido, a doctor and mechanic who lives and works in a hellish post-apocalyptic scrapyard, finds the miraculously preserved remains of a female cyborg who in a junk heap, and after he revives and rebuilds her, the preternaturally strong amnesiac Gali begins to forge a life for herself in a world where every day can bring a fight for life. In the 1993 Gundam anime adapts the first 2 volumes of the Gundam manga. I think this is still Amagoddess. Yep. This is still Bastard. This is Kyokara Orawa. Two transfer students, Mitsuhashi Takashi and Ito Shinji, tired of their boring school life and unpopularity, decide to take their arrival at a new school as an opportunity to reinvent their image and become delinquents. Ito's justice clashing with Mitsuhashi's mischievous ways, they initially antagonize one another, but soon become fast friends. The delinquent duo set out on various misadventures to become the greatest delinquents in all of Japan. How does one rank the greatest delinquents? I mostly know this because of this dude's hair. Like, this dude's hair is mostly why I have heard of this. I Monogatari, 9 Love Stories, an OVA based on the work of Kawaguchi Kaiji, consisting of 9 independent stories, each animated by a different director, with Beatles music involved somewhere. That's the description. With Beatles music involved somewhere. Who knows where? Just somewhere. Excuse me. Renma 1/2. Toteoki Talk Best of Memories. Renma 1/2 Best Memories. Collections of best of moments throughout the series. This one focused on romantic moments and shifted between with scene interviews with Kappei Yamaguchi, Megumi Hayashibara, and Noriko Hidaka. Also interviewed Rei Sakuma, Koichi Yamadara, and Saeko Shimazu, and Yuji Mitsuya. Suna no Bara, Yuki no Mukushiryoku. Mariko Rosebank leads a team of all-female anti-terrorist mercenaries named CAT. This all-women team is sent to guard a meeting of world leaders against a terrorist attack. For some reason, I had already heard of this, and I already have this marked down as something I should definitely watch. I don't know how. Sometimes I go through my own list, and I'm like, why do I know what this is? How did at some point I know about this? This is Minky Momo in Yomi ni Kakeru Haishi, which is, of course, Minky Momo in The Bridge Over Dreams. A bridge's legend tells when two people meet on it, they will surely meet again. Momo meets a boy who doesn't believe the legend and promises that she will meet him again to prove it. As the years pass, she comes every day to wait for him and becomes a small part of many people's lives. This is a sequel to Minky Momo, The Station of Your Memories, which is, what, an alternate version of the original Minky Momo? Probably. Shout out to Minky Momo, super famous. Singles! Graduating senior Sakisaka Saki, secretly in love with her older sister Noriko's boyfriend Kazuma Kaname. Unaware that Noriko and Kaname have broken up, Saki hopes to escape her dilemma when she goes to college, but she ends up attending the same college as Kaname. During orientation, she's recruited to Kaname's video club. He wants to film her, but so does another boy, Tachibana Daichi, who is secretly in love with her. Can the knots be untangled and true love find its true course? This is Pops. Haruta Kusuko is a high school girl with a secret crush on the class playboy Mishima Takeshi. After breaking up with his most recent girlfriend, Mishima asks Kusuko to be his date for the class trip to Kyoto. She's over the moon, but in fact Mishima is hung up on Shoko, his middle school teacher. Despite the age gap and general inappropriateness of the relationship, Mishima still sees Shoko, whose marriage is disintegrating. His friend and loyal wingman Kotaro openly disapproves of this connection. As the emotional tensions mount, Mishima becomes involved in fights with other boys, and eventually he's expelled from school. Feeling like he's being a complete dirk, Mishima breaks up with Kusuko and drops out of her life. Will true love find a way? Maybe it will. Fight! I've already seen it and probably reviewed it. NG Knight Ramune and 40DX Waku Waku Jiko Hono no Daiso Sasen. Lamune and Diceider head off to Puff Puff Palace to rescue two beautiful, barely clothed maidens, Gold Mountain and Silver Mountain, the Mountain Duo. This, of course, infuriates Milk and Leska, who, with a rather confused and unwilling Coco, transform into Sayonara Milky and Sayonara Coco and Sayonara Lemon. The three then head to their would-be boyfriends to extract their revenge. Why have I heard? Oh, because I've read this before. Okay. This is of course Oshare Kozuo wa Hanamaru. The fashion boy is cool. Kotobuki is a cheerful, outgoing 14-year-old girl. She's a young lady with good fashion sense, and her favorite pastime includes browsing through specialty shops, gift shops, and clothing stores. Her favorite store is Galopine et Galopin, a clothing store ran by a young fashion designer named Hadoka-san. Hadoka is a handsome, quiet, reserved young man whose designs are making him very popular in the fashion world. Good for him. This is, of course, Ninawa Yukyoden Kyoretsu Anaga Atara Eritai Hen. There's no information about this, but it is the sequel to that thing that also had no information about it. So that's fun, I guess. Nenbutsu Monogatari, a telling of pure Buddhism focusing on Shinran, Shonin, and Renyo. I don't know. I just don't know. Ninja Scroll came out that year. Definitely reviewed that before. This is Dr. Slump, movie 6, Arale-chan Nsha Penguin Mura wa Hare no Chihare, or Dr. Slump and Arale-chan Nsha Clear Skies Over Penguin Village. At Penguin Village, the dinosaur-style monster named Dodongadon Dodongadon, but he was small as a Raleigh and did not have strong power. Raleigh defeats him very easily because she's a Raleigh. And Dodondagon and his mother, Mamondagon, she was huge and had a big power. How a Raleigh can defeat this big monster? She probably punches it. She punched out Goku fine. Michan no Tenohira, based on a book by Kiko Inba. Let's see. The fucking worst Ghibli movie came out that year, which is, of course, Umiga Kikoeru, The Ocean Waves, which I've reviewed before. And Crayon Shinshan specials, which are 87 Crayon Shinshan TV specials, exist as of August 6, 2022. Now, as someone who has seen all of Crayon Shinshan, it might surprise you that I have not seen the 87 Shinshan specials. And frankly, I don't think I could find the 87 Shinshan specials if I goddamn wanted to. So, that would be why. Okay, moving on to 1993. We have Ma Be O Obsa Ue Aduel Kori. Sure. This is a Korean... Oh, you know why I can't fucking say this? This is Korean. This is a Korean TV series from 1993. When I say I saw OBSA, I'm like, how the fuck is that even supposed to be? That is missing a goddamn vowel somewhere. Which actually means in Japan, no TV anime were released in summer of 1993. That's actually kind of crazy. Alright, we got some Dragon Ball bullshit. Dragon Ball Z, Saiyajin, Zetsumetsu, Kaikaku. Dragon Ball Z plan to eradicate the Saiyans. Dr. Raichi is the only Sufurujin, the race eradicated by the Saiyans many years ago, thought to have survived. He is now going to take revenge on the only surviving Saiyajin still alive, Goku and Vegeta. He uses machines that emit Destron, a gas that will destroy all life on Earth. Now the Z-Warriors only have 72 hours to find and destroy Dr. Raichi. Well, maybe they shouldn't have given him a Thunderstone. You ever think about that? Just don't give him a Thunderstone. Tenchi Muyo, Ryo Oki, Omatsuri, Zenjitsu no Yoru. Tenshi Muyo, Ryoki, the night before the carnival. After his recent battle in space, Tenshi Misaki believes that his fighting days are over. Unfortunately, he's far from peaceful, since Ayaka Juri Masaki and Ryoko Hakubi, the two women giving him the most grief, cannot seem to get along, continuing to fight over who gets to be Tenshi's lover. Since their usual romantic strategies fail, Ayaka and Ryoko decide to research how to woo a man. After spending hours going through shoujo manga, the two decide to act like the girls they've read about and push Tenshi through various scenarios with the hope that he will fall in love with one of them. That sounds delightful. I will probably watch it after the original Tenshi if the original Tenshi is watchable. This is Kesharn Robot Hunter, which apparently was released in America as Keshan Robot Hunter, which is insane because I've never heard of Kesharn ever been called that. In the near future, robot technology has advanced to the point of self-awareness. Under the leadership of the Black King, machines have decimated the human population and conquered the world. Those who survived the early Holocaust have been enslaved for life, but throughout the hardships, a lone hero appears as the savior of mankind. He is Kassan, a fusion of man and machine driven to combat Black King and his forces to the end. This is, of course, Ningyo no Kizu, Mermaid's Scar. Legend has it when you eat the flesh of a mermaid, you would live forever. Yuta and Mana are proof of this. Together, they journey to various places, trying to find meaning for their existence, or perhaps even a cure for the situation. One day, Yuta and Mana meet Masato, a little boy who seems terrified of his mother Misa. It seems to Yuta and Mana that mother and son have a very unusual relationship. What happens when Yuta and Mana discovered the dark secret Masato and Misa are hiding? And what about those monster-like creatures that have been appearing? This is a sequel to Ningyo no Mori, which is, Mermaid Forest. Okay, interesting. I thought it looked like Mermaid Forest, but then it wasn't called Mermaid Forest. This is, of course, 8-Man After. Private Detective Hazama Itsuru is hired by Professor Tani to investigate a cyborg parts theft, which eventually leads him to Sachiko Yokugawa, the original 8-Man's love interest, living her new life working for the Bioteco Corp. Sachiko finds herself involved with a new 8-Man who appears after Hazama is fatally wounded by an Anno cyborg. I want to be clear, there is no N there. That is Anno cyborg. Now cyborg, I think. Amidst a violent urban background with cyber junkies creating chaos around the city, this other 8-Man will fight criminals in a more aggressive way. This isn't your dad's 8-Man, alright? We're getting edgy now. This is A-Girl. No, wait, I reviewed A-Girl. This is Yoseki Suikoden, Demon Century. In the early 21st century, an earthquake destroyed Tokyo. Japan lost its center of government and industry and turned into a lawless territory. I want to be clear, the destruction of Tokyo would clearly fuck up Japan. It's not like Japan doesn't have industrial centers anywhere except for Tokyo. Also, Tokyo's big. Real fucking big. So I don't know how you destroy Tokyo. Looking for his sister, Taketeru Suga learns that she was kidnapped by the powerful Koryuka gang. He decides to ally himself with a drag queen, 2 mercenaries, and a nun, destroy the criminal organization and save his sister. You had me at drag queen, 2 ex-mercenaries, and nun to destroy criminal organization and save a sister. I will tell you that is when you had me. I was like, when it took that turn, and I was like, wait, what? This is, of course, Idol Bowie Tai Hummingbird, or hummingbirds. I've heard of this. When the Japanese government put civilian organizations in charge of the country's air force, some of these countries decide to put their aspiring idol singers behind the controls of their fighter planes. Among these groups of idol singers is Hummingbird, a 5-woman team consisting of the Torishi sisters, Satsuki, Yuzuki, Yayoi, Kana, and Mina. During a taping session, video director Kudo sees some potential in these girls and jumps in to help them reach the top of the charts by directing their debut video. I have I don't know why I know what hummingbirds is, but I know what hummingbirds is. This is, of course, Big Wars, Kami Utsu Akaki Koyeni, which is just called Big Wars in America. Big Wars. It is the dawn of the 21st century. Mankind has terraformed and colonized Mars, but we are not alone in the universe. An ancient race of alien beings known only as the gods has been watching mankind's progress and waiting. Now these mysterious aliens have returned to halt mankind's expansion into space by force. Whoever wrote this does not know how ellipses work. Like at all. Now the planets named after the god of war will become our final battlefield, as mankind fights a desperate battle with the latest in high-tech military hardware, hyper-advanced aircraft, orbital fighters, and gigantic desert battleships brimming with the most advanced weaponry. But will it be enough? The aliens have awesome, incredibly destructive weapons at their disposal, including Hell, an unstoppable stealth carrier. But the aliens' primary weapon is insidiously quiet and invisible. A mind control plaque. Incurable, inevitable, contagious. Humans are powerless to resist its effects, which transforms even the most loyal soldiers into dangerous subversives. Our last hope lies with Captain Aku and the crew of Battleship Oba. If his top secret mission is successful, mankind will deal a decisive blow to the alien armada. But Aku's girlfriend is showing signs of nymphomania. What the fuck? Holy shit, that came out of nowhere. I wasn't ready for that. The first symptom of alien subversion. Alright, well, now I have to see where this is going. I was slightly interested, and then it dropped the bomb, and I was like, wait, hold up. What? Bad boys. What you gonna do? Tsukasa, Yoji, and Iji are friends and members of the motorcycle gang called Paradise Butterflies. Riding the streets of Hiroshima, their goal in life is to top all the other street gangs in the city. I think Kenny Lauderdale did a video about this. This is Hanron. Yep, this is Hanron. The fate of the world rests in the ability of 3 untested warriors to defeat an unearthly army of darkness. Sorcery, martial arts, and an unrequited love spanning centuries exploded in an epic battle at the gates of the Forbidden City. Crimson Wolf is an unusual departure for the anime genre, rooted in real-world reference. It makes fantasy all the more believable. No. Also, the anime genre, go fuck yourself, whoever wrote that. Ryuseki, Gaku Saver, Shooting Star, Gaku Saver. A gigantic meteor landed on Earth a few years back. A mysterious capsule believed to have belonged to the aliens was discovered, called the Black Box. An international organization called Project BB was created to research it. 8 boys, including Manbu Yoshimura, attended International Academy, a school located near Project BB's headquarters. They are enticed by their teacher, Tokuchi Hishiba's promise of, I'll give you class credit, and end up getting involved in his experiment. The experiment was to enter the 8 empty chambers of meteorite. According to Hishiba's theory, the meteorite should strongly respond to human thoughts. He tells them to have a clear image of a great-looking, gigantic robot. Oh, God, fucking damn it. If they do, something should happen. Then a big spaceship appears in the sky, and an alien calling himself Mercury appears in a 3D image. He tells him he is from the star of Prokimasi, and that he has come to collect the meteorite of the Choshin people. If they do not hand it over, he will challenge Earth beings to battle. Manbu and his friends are confused by the unexpected turn of events, but the meteorite responds to the thoughts of the group, and suddenly starts to transform itself into a gigantic robot. Then attacked by invading Pokemasi robot, they are forced to pull their strength together and fight back, but it's extremely difficult to put the wills of 8 together as one robot cannot fight in the way it should. The gigantic robot, the Hashiba, named Gakusaver and Manbu's 8, can they manage to protect Earth and the meteorite from the Pokemasi invasion? Just give them the meteorite! What the fuck are you talking about? You know a fucking mysterious capsule fell on Earth that was owned by aliens, and then the aliens show up and they're like, can we have our fucking capsule back? And your immediate decision is, no, fuck you, we're going to war now. Just give it to them. What the fuck? What? This is, of course, Kiswa Hitome ne Shite. High school student Morisato Ibuki has a startling dream about kissing a prince on a white horse. Her and fucking every other teenage girl. What are you talking about? The next day, the prince from her dream, Ibisu Naoto, shows up as a transfer student at her school and the guest at her house. He had indeed kissed her in an attempt to wake her up in the morning, although he claims that she kissed him. Ibuki is smitten with Naoto, but he seems to have other commitments to American football and to a mysterious girl called Kawahara Izumi. Meanwhile, Nita, a shy boy in Ibuki's class, has a crush on her. Will true love eventually find a way? No. No, it will not. This is, of course, Aquemon. A fortune teller tells Hidari Toshio that he must hunt down 1,000 foxes in order to conquer the country. Okay. So Aquemon, who is disliked by everybody, is hired to do fox hunting. In response, the foxes send a female fox, Akumon's house disguised as his wife. A story unfolds between Aquemon, who has never loved anyone, and the female fox, who slowly discovers true love in him, even while he's tormented by sorrow over her comrade's death. This is the 6th work of the Lions Book series. It's the first attempt by visualist Tezuka Makoto, Tezuka's older son, to render an original of his father's into an animated version. Okay. This is Oedo wa Numu Renai. I gotta get some water in me. Okay, we're now in the 18th century, the Gyohei era, when the merchant culture was flourishing. In the Yoshiwara, the red light district of Edo, there's a popular courtesan with good looks and character called Usugumo. She, in fact, is a daughter of the Christianized prostitute and Tokugawa Yoshimune, who was a real historical character in the 8th shogun of Japan. But the power struggle in these times don't allow her to be with her father. Her fate is about to change when she meets the blonde-haired thief Kiko no Suke, with Kiko no Suke, a doctor named Tochiro, who uses the yet unfamiliar Western medicine, and her pet cat Kotetsu. That's a cute name for a cat. Usugumo forms a thief group, the Kikugumi, and meanwhile, a member of a mysterious group appears, aiming for Usugumo. Okay, interesting. Honestly, the manga's got a really nice art style. Who did this? Keiko Honda? She is not famous. I feel like I've heard of Rouge. Maybe. I think I've heard of Rouge. This says no one has heard of Rouge, but I think I've heard of Rouge. Oh, shit. Alright. Mellow is a story about a cross-dressing teacher handling a delinquent cast based on the same name-sending manga by Rin Kasahara. This is Naniwa Kinyu Den Minami no Teo. Teo. Yeah, it would be Teo. The story centers around Ginjiro Manda, a loan shark who charges Toichi 10% more interest every 10 days or 365% every year. Thanks to his unrelenting money-collecting tactics, he is feared as Minami no Oni, or the demon of Osaka's Minami business district. Why don't you just borrow money from a different loan shark? Who the fuck would accept that? Okay, we got Ninawa Yukioden Kanketsuhen. Still no synopsis for whatever this is. All right, movies. We got... Oh, I've seen this one. Dragon Ball Z Movie 9. Ginga Giri Giri Buchigiri no Sugoi Yatsu. Or Dragon Ball Z BoJack Unbound. Mr. Money is holding another Tenkaichi Budokai, and Mr. Satan invites everyone in the world to join in. Little does he know that BoJack, an ancient villain who's escaped this prison, is competing. Since Goku is currently dead, it is up to Gohan, Vegeta, and Trunks to defeat BoJack and his henchmen. Kaido Keisatsu Patlabor 2, I've reviewed that. Yu Yu Hakusho movie. Yusuke Urameshi is not exactly what you call an angel. In fact, some might call him downright devilish. But when he dies in an accident trying to save a child, he finds himself in the spirit world. Unfortunately for Yusuke, his name is not listed in the Book of Enma, which means it was one big mistake. So he should return from the spirit world, but must pass a few tests first. He became a detective of the supernatural world, which is an arc that lasts entirely not long enough because it is, in fact, the best part of Yu Yu Hakusho. So now Yusuke works in Spirit World as a half-dead, half-alive agent for Quenma, son of the ruler of the Spirit World. This position does have its disadvantages, especially when you're trying to enjoy your summer vacation and Quenma gets kidnapped. So now Yusuke must get interrupt his summer fun to find Quenma and trade the golden seal of King Enma for his life. But if someone other than King Enma has the golden seal, there will be chaos in the Spirit World. What's a half-dead spirit detective to do? With the aid of his closest allies, Yusuke sets off for Magma Valley to save the life of the one who saved his and find out who's the bottom of this evil conspiracy. Let's see, Crayon Shinchan Movie 1, which I've reviewed. Oshi-sama no Rail, which is Rail of the Star, a true story of children. This is the autobiographic tale of Kobayashi Chitose, a young Japanese girl growing up in Japanese-occupied North Korea. As World War II progresses, Chitose begins to realize that her family will not be able to escape the effects of the conflict. From the simple disappointment of not being able to get the type of backpack she wants for school, to her father's recruitment as a soldier, the war begins to impact her life in a very real manner. But the end of the war does not mean the end of hardship for her. The Koreans, fed up with years of Japanese rule and persecution, have joined forces with the Chinese-backed communist government and are systematically making life horror for the Japanese left in North Korea. Fearing reprisal since he was a Japanese veteran, Chitose's father risks everything to get his family out of the north and the U.S.-occupied area south of the 38th parallel. Okay, then. I mean, poor little girl. I'll say that. Shomon no Oi Ryo Riten, 1993. Two gentlemen from a city go out hunting. After getting lost on a mountain road, they find a cheap restaurant, but everything is not as it seems. They also don't have names, apparently. Oh, there was also a 1991 version, which means I've definitely read a review of that before. Or the synopsis of that. Okay, this is Dr. Slump Movie 7, Arali Shansha Penguin Mura Yuri I Wo Komete. Or Dr. Slump and Arale-chan and Sean from Penguin Village with love, unable to entertain their princess Perua. The kingdom of Yapia requests Professor Senbei to create a comedic robot capable of making her laugh for the first time in her life. I think I've heard of this movie for some reason. This is, of course, Rokudenshi Blues, 1993. This is a sequel to Rokudenshi Blues movie, which came out in 1992. And I've definitely read... Oh god, there's more to this than I thought there was. Alright, this is Suru ni no Te, Tomoko no Boken. On a paper crane, Tomoko's adventure. A young girl named Tomoko visits the Hiroshima Peace Memorial. There, she has a mysterious meeting with Sadako, the little girl who was 2 years old when the U.S. dropped the bomb on her city during World War II, and 11 when she died from the effects of radiation poisoning. Sadako takes Tomoko on an eye-opening journey. Famous human, that is, actually, if you did not know. Kaiketsu Zorori Mahotsukai no Deshi Dai Kaizoku no Takara Sagashi, or Kaiketsu Zorori Movie. Unbelievable Zrori is a prankster fox determined to become the Prince of Mischief with his very own castle and beautiful bride. While he's notorious for his prank-making schemes, his ill-meaning plots often backfired against him, and he can usually end up even benefiting or cheering up his targets, much to his dismay. Nevertheless, Zrori has wits and intelligence to wriggle out of the tightest spots, and the journey with a pair of twin boars, Ishishi and Noshishi, in order to fill his long-wished-for goal, and last prove to his deceased mother, Mama Zrori, that he truly holds the potential to achieve his dreams. Well, thank God we're almost done with this fucking with summer. Okay. We have Fatal Fury 2, The New Battle. After defeating Geese Howard, legendary fighter Terry Bogard faces German warrior Wolfgang Krauser, only to suffer a humiliating defeat. Depressed by his loss, Terry wanders around the country, wasting his life through drinking. Only a young boy named Tony can convince Terry to go back to his winning ways, conquer his fears, and face Krauser. This is Lupin the Third, Lupin Ansatsu Shirei, or Lupin the Third, Voyage to Danger. And we got, I think, Fujiko in a bikini right on the cover, it looks like. Or she's naked? Wait, I'm not allowed to look at it. No, I'm looking at it. Fuck you, Twitch. I want to know if she's in a bikini or she's naked. This is important information. She's just straight up naked. Those are bullet holes. Inspector Zenigata has been removed from the Lupin case again, which leaves him despondent, and he ends up drinking with Lupin and Jigen. Lupin decides that he and his gang should work with Zenigata to help solve his new case, investigating a group of arms dealers known as Shot Shout. This is very in character for them. Lupin gathers his partners together, Jigen, Goemon, and Fujiko. With Zenigata, they steal a Russian submarine. They kidnap a scientist named Karen Kornsky to help them operate the sun, and also to protect her from Shot Shout. Meanwhile, the ICPO assigns a man named Keith Hayden to the Lupin case, and unlike Zenigata, he wants Lupin and his group dead. Where Lupin and friends go, Keith follows as the officers attempt to pick them off one by one. This is, of course, Hiroshima ni Ichiban Densha ga Hashita. The story follows a girl who works on a streetcar both before and after the bomb drops on Hiroshima. More Crayon Shinchan specials. Mikan Enki specials. An extra episode and special of Mikan Enki series included as a bonus on VHS DVDs. What the fuck even is Mikan Enki? I know it came out in 1992. Oh, it's about a kitten. Okay. All right, finally, we have reached fall of 1993. Oh, shit. Slam dunk. Hanmichi Sakuragi, infamous for his temper, massive height, and fire red hair, enrolls in Shohoku High. Hoping to finally get a girlfriend and break his record of being rejected 50 consecutive times in middle school. His notoriety precedes him, however, leading him to being avoided by most students. Soon after certain events, Hanamachi is left with two unwavering thoughts. I hate basketball, and I desperately need a girlfriend. I get it. One day, a girl named Haruka Akagi approaches him without any knowledge of his troublemaking ways and asks him if he likes basketball. Hanamachi immediately falls head over heels in love with her, blurting out a fervent affirmative. She then leads him to the gymnasium, where she asks him if he can do a slam dunk. In an attempt to impress Haruko, he makes the leap, but he overshoots, instead slamming his head straight into the blackboard. When Haruko informs basketball team captain of Hinamachi's near inhuman physical capabilities, he slowly finds himself drawn into the camaraderie and competition of the sport he had previously held resentment for. Okay, but like, do they get together? I care instantly more about that than any other part about this. Not clear. Alright, so, Oiki Densetsu Shoot. I probably could have, in the time it took me to skim that, I could have just read it. I think. Blue Legends Shoot. Inspired by Yoshiharu Kubo's phenomenal performance that led Kakegawa High School to a miraculous victory in a soccer tournament, Toshihiko Tanaka decides to enter the school as his idol and join the soccer club, hoping to become as successful as Kubo. Now a high school freshman, Tanaka is devastated by his expectations suddenly start falling apart. Kubo, the captain of the club, is absent due to illness. To make matters worse, the freshmen are not allowed to practice alongside the sophomores or become regulars on the team. The final nail in the coffin is the reluctance of Tanaka's friends, Kenji Shiraishi and Kazuhiro Hiramatsu, to join him in the club. Although Tanaka and his friends were once known as Deadly Soccer Trio in their junior high school days, Kenji and Kazuhiro have both quit soccer for personal reasons. When Tanaka starts to lose hope, an encounter with the Kazumi Endo, a girl from his childhood, becomes unexpected key to his freedom from despair. The disappointed Kazumi wants to see the trio reunite, so she takes matters in her own hands in her own mysterious ways. Thus, Tanaka's high school soccer career prepares for the kickoff. That was so fucking boring that I was literally forgetting what this show was about while reading the plot synopsis of it. This is, of course, Jungle no Oja Tarchan. Tachan is the king of the jungle. He was abandoned in savannah and he's raised by a chimpanzee at Akichi. This is clearly a Tarzan thing. He has a dearest wife, Jane. This is literally a Tarzan thing. Who used to be a top model in New York, but now she looks... Anyway, to protect animals from poachers, Tachan is fighting against them with his disciple Pedro and a master of Chinese martial arts, Ryo. This anime is based on the manga by the same name. It begins the comical parody of Tarzan. The first several episodes are comedies, but the rest of the series consists of rather serious episodes. Maku Paradise. Uiba Shikitani, the daughter of the pet shop owner, is heartbroken after some reptile eggs fail to hatch. In his attempt to cheer her up, her father brings home a large striped egg, which he hopes will successfully hatch unexpectedly into a green dinosaur whom they call Muka Muka, which are the only words which the baby reptile can speak. You should be shocked it can speak any words. It's a reptile. Muka Muka soon becomes to talk the town and becomes an interest in the town's professor and his wacky inventions, including a time machine which successfully teleports the Shikitanis, among other family members, in their homes to prehistoric times, where they encounter several other dinosaurs and enchanted beings on their adventures. This is Heisei Inu Monogatari Bow. Or Bow. I'm not sure. Heisei period dog tail bow. Bo is a homeless, or possibly Bao, who enjoys his carefree life. The dog is no superhero. He drills when he's hungry. He wags his tail when he's happy. And he barks when he's excited. You know, like a fucking dog. Just like ordinary dog, but even uglier and stupider. His dumb innocence often leads to disaster, but somehow people are charmed by him. School children, a lonesome cartoonist, and a gangster family all play an important role in Bo's life. Was not a banger year, 1993. Was it? Okay, JoJo, Kimio na Boken, JoJo's Bizarre Adventure. Kujo Jotaro is a normal Japanese high schooler until he thinks that he's possessed by a spirit and locks himself in prison. After seeing his grandfather, Joseph Joestar, and fighting Joseph's friend, Muhammad Abdal, Jotaro learns that the spirit is actually Star Platinum, his stand or fighting energy given a semi-solid form. Later, his mother gains a stand and becomes sick. Jotaro learns that because the vampire Dio Brando has been revived 100 years after his defeat to Jonathan Joestar, Jotaro's great-great-grandfather, Jotaro decides to join Joseph and Abdal in a trip to Egypt to defeat Dio once and for all. Shueisha and APPP recalled shipments of JoJo's Bizarre Adventure manga and OVA due to complaints by Egyptian Islamic fundamentalists because a scene in the OVA depicted Dio Brando reading the Quran. Can't do that. Can't read the Quran if you're Muslim? On screen, I guess? Maybe? I don't know the rule. I guess maybe that's a problem. Anyway, yeah, this is the, 80s OVA that focused more on, horror than the more modern adaptions. By all accounts, it's existing. Blackjack. Koro Hazama, also known as Blackjack, is a Legend in the medical world, famous for being one of the best, as well as not having a license. Haha! Hazma and his assistant, Pinocchio, save countless lives that other doctors cannot for a price, an exorbitant price, in fact, which causes many to view the genius as greedy and heartless. Despite these claims, however, none can deny his skill and the lengths that he will go to treat his patients. This dark medical drama tells the story of the ominous and mysterious world of underground medicine, as Blackjack risks his life to cure some of the most bizarre diseases imaginable, even if it means breaking every law in the process. I didn't know Blackjack was about a doctor. I thought he was like a mercenary or some shit. This is, of course, the Renma 1/2 OVA. Ranma Satome continues his search for a way to become a normal teenage boy again. He gets into many hilarious situations involving the many girls of his life. One of the biggest challenges is overcoming the proposals from others who found a suitable bride for Ranma. But he has his own worries and must muster the best of his wits and martial arts to keep his sanity. It's not easy being desired by so many women and men, and not breaking hearts of few along the way. He just might be able to find it in his heart to confess to Akane, or simply find another excuse that he can't marry such a tomboy girl. This is, of course, Boko Chikyo wo Mamote. Please save my Earth. Alice Sakaguchi once dreamt that she is another person living on the moon. The dream is so strange and so real that Alice can't stop thinking about it. She finds out that some of her classmates are having the same kind of dream. They soon discover that they have seen flashes of their past lives as a team of scientists on the moon. Alice and her friends then decide to find the other members and piece together what took place then. Complications arise when they realize that everything that happened in the previous existence continue to haunt and affect their present lives. I already had this marked down. I think I saw an Anime America video about it, and I think that's where I got this from. Maybe. I don't know. I think so. I think that's probably where this came from. The Cockpit! 1. Slipstream. About a Luftwaffe pilot who must choose between his duty to his country to guard a bomber loaded with Germany's final hope of victory. The world's first atomic bomb. Wow. I have to stop. Germany was nowhere close to building an atomic bomb during World War I. World War II, I mean. They were fucking nowhere near it. They were fucking miles off from pulling that off. Or his duty to the world, to let it fall in the flames to enemies, Spitfires, and a footnote of history. Of course, things are complicated by the plane's other cargo. The woman he loves. That sounds... I fell off at the first one. 2. Sonic Boom Squadron. Near the end of the war, Japanese have implemented a new weapon, a human-piloted, rocket-propelled flying bomb. Aboard a bomb carrying one of these, young Ensign Nogami awaits his chance to die as a cherry blossom, a suicide pilot. In a few hours he will die. The date of his death is set August 6th, 1945. Dun, dun, dun! 3. Night of the Iron Dragon. 2 soldiers attempt to reach an air base in order to fulfill a promise despite the fact that it might have been rendered moot in reality of war. This sounds absolutely unwatchable. All right. New Dominion Tank Police. Why have I heard of this before? Oh, because I've heard of Dominion. Yeah, it was because I've heard of Dominion. Okay. In the follow-up to Shiro's classic anime, Al, Leona, and their trusty steed Bonaparte continue to fight crime in Newport City alongside the rest of this tank police. But a new threat appears in the form of a series of terrorist attacks using the latest weapons technology. The tank police are outnumbered and outgunned, but Al and Leona set out to discover who or what is behind these attacks. With massive explosions and high-speed chases, Leona often causes more damage than the criminals she pursues. Well, then maybe don't give the police a fucking tank then. You ever think about that, Newport City? This is Chojiku Seiki, Orgus number 2. Years of political tension and mistrust between the two rival nations of Zafran and Revelia escalate to the point of war. East nation's solution to gain possession of Decimators, the same ancient robots of war that nearly ended all life on the planet 200 years before. As war ensues and the leaders of both nations become reluctant to surrender, only the desperate plan of Lean, a young cadet, and Natarama, a psychically gifted young woman, to alter the timeline events 200 years before stands stands the chance between humanity's survival or absolute destruction. See, we've gone on from ripping off Mazinger Z to now we're just ripping off Gundam. And this is Ushio Totora Comical Deformer Gekijo. Ushio and Tora Comically Deformed Theater. Ushio encounters a strange purple demon that seems helpful. Tora deals with a kitten. And finally, there's a mass chase reprising all of the monsters from the OVA series. I mostly know Tora from, like, the monster itself. I just read a huge spoiler. Don't read that. Sono Kisetsa Yo Mai Mi or whatever the fuck. I've literally reviewed that. I don't know. Deal with it. Let's see. Konpeki no Kantai. Konpeki no Kantai is a Japanese alternate history original video animation produced by J.C. Staff based on a 1992 novel by Yoshio Aramaki. The series focuses on a technologically advanced Imperial Japanese Navy and a radically different Pacific War that brought about by Admiral Isoroku Yamamoto's revival in the past due to unexplained circumstances. The series also features real-life 1940s figures whose first names were changed, such as Winston Churchill to Kingston Churchill and Adolf Hitler to Heinrich von Hitler. But like why? But like why though? You know? Like why though? Like why write that? Why make that? And why change their names in the first place if you're just going to do an alternate history thing anyway? This is Hakkenden Shinsho, or Hakkenden The Legend of the Dog Warriors Part 2. Absolutely gorgeous fucking poster. Ooh, I actually do like the art style all around, actually. Do I have the original one added? I don't. So apparently the original one sounded fucking bad, and I just didn't. So, Fantasia, pretty sure I reviewed that, and if not, I will at some point. Which is to say that I have reviewed it, and I might just have the audio setting on a computer somewhere, but I think I literally have reviewed Fantasia. Time Boken Odo Fuko. Time Boken Royal Revival. A laugh-out-loud, hilarious adventure from studio behind Gatchaman and Speed Racer. Who or what it takes to be the baddest of the bad. It's evil versus evil as a team of bad guys compete to be the meanest villains ever. Watch and laugh as the Dorombo gang and their kitchen robot take on the worst of the worst in a wacky race to be the greatest villains in anime history. A task they have clearly failed at, because literally, who the fuck has heard of this? The only force that stands in their way are superheroes of anime. Will Gatchaman Ninja arrive in time to save the day? Emblem, Take 2. Shinjuku, 1983. A member of the Kaede Yakuza gang, Akutsuji Joji, has lost in a brawl with a university cheering squad and begs for forgiveness through bitter tears. Excuse me. Since then, nothing has gone well in Joji's life, until 10 years later, in 1993, his friend was ordered to kill him, and he ran away. He killed himself, ending his miserable life. But when Joji opened his eyes, he was in Shinjuku in 1983, at the fight with the university students that caused things to go wrong. Now, with 10 more years of memories and experience, Joji repels the university students with spirit and wisdom. Now he swears to wear a golden emblem around town and begins his new life. Okay. This is, of course, Fortune Quest, Yonimo, Shiawase, na Bokensha Tachi. Fortune Quest is the tale of a bunch of adventurers. Imagine your classic D&D party: fighter, thief, bard, mage, healer, and porter? Okay, don't know where Porter comes from, but Pastel and her group of adventurers are broke and need a job. They can't afford to buy any adventure modules from the module seller, so they have to take part-time jobs to pay off their debts. An innocent job to fetch holy water leads to the world-threatening danger. And a white dragon. You could just, like, not buy a module. You could just make your own D&D game. You don't need a module to run D&D. Y'all deserve this quest line, is what I'm saying. Cho-uon Senshi Borgman 2, Shinseki 2058, Sonic Soldier Borgman 2, New Century 2058. In 2058, the menace of Yoma demons returns under the evil leadership of the Master. A new generation of Borgman, under the leadership of Chuck Swagger, is mankind's only hope of stopping the plague of evil before it consumes all of Megalocity. But Ken, an unwilling recruit to Borgman, may have more in common with the enemy than with humankind. Oh shit, are we getting an evil Borgman? There's like a comical amount of Borgman. We are almost done. This is Mashin Iodin Wataru Owarinaki Tokino Monogatari. This is the story of a 9-year-old boy named Wataru Kusabe who is magically transported into a magic realm of the gods called Sokaizan. Sokaizan, which he is supposed to save. He also befriends many of the Sokaizan natives and forms some very strong friendship bonds. This is Shabai Toroka. This looks like the creepiest fucking guy in the history of creepy fucking guys. There is a new student at Obu High School. His name, Yukita Daigo. With his buff body and tough-looking face that can make everyone run, soon rumors spread about him. Some say he's a gang leader. Others say he's involved with Yakuza business. Still, more say he rapes, steals, and likes beating people. In fact, he likes knitting. He's a knitter. Classic knitter. There are only a handful of people who know who Yokita really is, including Manami Ah. She is a girl Yokita fell in love with. Yukita loves to cook, and he likes cute things, and he enjoys gardening, crafting, and adores pets. He's a very caring person. He always carries around a cute sewing kit and is a cute first aid kit around. However, with many unfortunate events, he often gets involved with a gang fight or criminal, along with other coincidental things that happens around him. People always assume the worst for him. Will everyone find out who he really is? Maybe just, like, get a different haircut and shave the fucking mustache, my dude. Like, at a certain point, it's kind of your fucking fault, right? Like if I look, like, if you look like that, it's kind of your fault. Like, just get a different haircut and shave the mustache, dog. Like, if you're running around with, like, a fucking shirt that says, I eat puppies, and you have a necklace made of puppy skulls, it's like, people are going to assume you fucking eat puppies. Like, like, what? Okay. Yokohama Bakuretai. It's all gags and fighting as gangster Tsunematsu Narita, the biggest idiot in Yokohama, causes havoc in the neighborhood with his two henchmen, based on the Shonen Champion manga by Tetsu Kusumoto. We've made it to the movies. By Shoujo Senshi Sailor Moon R movie. Which one is this? The R movie is the one, The Promise of the Rose. Yeah, it was the one with gay alien guy. Yeah. This is Ginga Eiyu Densetsu Arata Naru Tatakai no Overture. Legend of the Galactic Heroes Overture to a New War. Led by Reinhard von Musil, the Galactic Empire crushes the Free Alliance of planets in the Fourth Battle of Tiamat. I feel like this is a spoiler I shouldn't be reading. Arriving in the Imperial capital of Odin to a hero's welcome, Reinhardt's victory earns him a promotion to High Admiral and distinguished title of Count von Linengram. On the other side, Yen Wen Li's safely returns to the Alliance capital of Hennesen without fanfare and reunites with his dear friends. Reinhardt and Yang look forward to a long-awaited reprieve. However, at the request of the scheming Duke Otho von Braunschweig, the Imperial High Command orders the new admiral to invade the Alliance with a fleet of 20,000 ships. After the Duke leaks plan to the Alliance government, 3 fleets totaling 40,000 ships are sent to counter the incoming attack and recreate the famous Battle of Dagon. But even though Reinhardt's outnumbered 2-1, he has an ingenious plan, and Yang sees right through it. Will Yang's superiors heed his warning before it's too late? I don't know. Is this like... Does Legend of the Galactic Heroes not... Oh, no. This is just an alternate version of the original. This is like a movie version. I was like, did the Legend of the Galactic Heroes not finish the fucking war? Ku. Toei Umi Kara Kitaku. Sure. Obata Yosuke lives on Pago in Fiji archipelago with his father, Tetsuo, a specialist in oceanographic biography. After a storm strikes the island, Yosuke rides the lagoon with his jet ski. There's like so many words here that are really hard to say when you need to read them quickly. And finds a strange baby dinosaur there. He takes it to his father's laboratory and names it Ku. Ku grows and seems to be a large marine reptile, a baby plesiosaur. Fuck this anime. A baby plesiosaur, which lived there some 65 million years ago, but Ku soon becomes an object of interest for the French Secret Service, assigned to protect the nuclear interests of France in an otherwise peaceful part of the world. Fuck you, anime. Be easier to read out loud quickly. Oh, fuck. Holy shit, winter's still going. Alright, we got Mother Saigo no Shoujo Eve, or Eyes of Mars. The future is bleak and urbanized. A government superpower holds the keys to all the doors. Hope lies in the secret organization who kidnaps gifted children and teaches them to wield their ability to view life energy of all things. A girl befriends Senpai, a street rat, comes to rescue her, and her two parents wait helplessly to see their daughter one last time. That sounds like a show, certainly. This is, of course, Aoi Kyoku Manmo Kaitaku to Shonin Tachi, a classic Japanese youth volunteer for a war effort during World War II, but then gets stranded in Manchuria. Serves him right. Maybe don't join the Imperial Japanese military. How about that? Bono Bono, the first theatrical Bono Bono movie. Let's see. Tsuyoshi Shikari Shinase Tsuyoshi no Time Machine de Shikari Shinsei. I want to punch this title in its fucking dick. Tsuyoshi Shikari Shinsei movie. Alright. By Shoujo Senshi, Sailor Moon R, Make Up Sailor Senshi. Sailor Moon R, Make Up Sailor Guardians. How have I not watched this? Usagi and Chibiusa overhear two girls talking about Sailor Senshi after they see a poster. Humorously, as the girls discuss which is the smartest, most elegant, strongest leader of the Senshi, Usagi claims those titles for herself. Chibiusa shakes her head at Usagi's delusion. Clips are shown from the debut of each Sailor Senshi, and the girls' image song is played in the background. And when even Tuxedo Mask is mentioned, the girls go to leave without having even mentioned Sailor Moon. Usagi butts in their conversation and asks them directly about Sailor Moon. The girls give a series of glowing compliments about Sailor Moon, but unlike they did for Sailor Senshi, they also list her faults. As the girls leave, Usagi sarcastically apologizes for being a clumsy crybaby and then bursts into tears. I have seen this, actually. I was like, how have I never seen this? I have. I was like, what? Sailor Moon shit I haven't seen? Impossible. Alright, what do we got over here? This is Dragon Ball Z Zenbu Misamasu Toshi Wasure Dragon Ball Z. Looking back at all the Dragon Ball Z year-end show. In this film, which is believed to take place sometime between the 25th Martial Arts Tournament, Gohan and Goten are having a hot bath outside in the middle of winter. Goku, who's still dead, suddenly appears in front of his sons with the help of his instant transmission, instantly creating a plot hole because the first time Goku sees Goten is during the 25th Martial Arts Tournament, and joins them in the tub. While there, the three Saiyans reflect back on the events that occurred during the Cell Games. Inside the house, after Chi-Chi appeared, Goku tells his sons about Pikkon and the Otherworld Tournament, which is of course not canon. Later, the four members of the Sun family appear dressed nicely. Gohan says the adult division of the tournament will begin this next year in 1994, and the special comes to an end. Battle spirits Ryoko no Ken, the art of fighting. While trying to rescue a cat, martial artists Ryoku Sakazaki and his playboy best friend Robert Garcia unwittingly break into a jewel thief's apartment. Moments after entering, they witness the thief being murdered by a group of thugs. Despite fighting their way out and escaping, things go from bad to worse when Rio and Robert learn that the thugs were working for Mr. Big, the biggest crime boss in Southtown. Not only does Mr. Big believe that the two have stolen the eyes of Sirius, a priceless diamond, but he has also kidnapped Rio's younger sister, Yuri, and is holding her hostage. Without the diamond and out of options, Rio and Robert must fight their way past Mr. Big's men and save Yuri before it's too late. Classic plot line. Absolutely classic. This is a King of Fighters thing. Okay, I was like, this is like a weirdly well drawn image for this fucking 90s OVA. This is, of course, Oshinbo Nichibe Kome Senso. Oshinbo, the Japan-American Rice War. Okay, continue. The Oshinbo gang takes time off from normal culinary wars to get involved with political dispute about American rice imports. The economic conflict between a pushy U.S. senator from California and a nationalistic Japanese politician is further complicated by concerns about the cumulative effect of pesticide use in both American and Japanese agriculture. I love that. I love that. Why do I love that so much? This is apparently like 5 layers into the Oshinbo shit. But I kind of love that. How long is it? Hour 30? I can watch an hour 30 comedy that's the third sequel to a show I've never watched before about Japan and America arguing about pesticide use in rice imports. I could see myself watching that. That's it. We did it. We finished. Hey, looks like next time we're going to be hitting winter of 1994. And we're going to have a nice little time with, Azukin Cha-Cha. With 1994, the year that Ava came out. Was it 1994 Ava? Was your DNA came out? No, Eva, what was it, 1995? When did Ava come out? I like how I'm going year by year when I could just fucking type in Ava. Okay, it was probably 1996 then, because I didn't think it was 1995. It was 1995. Well, fuck me. Okay, yeah, 1995 was when Ava came out. All right, so I was close-ish. Anyway, there we go. We're done. Hope you had a good time. That was SACing MAL Eternal. Now, before we head out, I normally don't put this on this screen. I don't know why I decided to show you all infinity. Oh, fuck. So before we go, let's bring 2 things up. Number 1, normally we're supposed to do a stream tomorrow. I have to get up really early the following day, like real early on like Tuesday. So I'm probably going to skip the stream for tomorrow. Big shocker, do that all the time. That's not going to surprise anyone. And then I think next Monday is the 8th, which I think I have something going on basically that whole week, which is that I am going on vacation. So, yeah. So no stream for the next 2 Mondays, but Sundays should be okay, I guess. So see you next Sunday. We're done with SACing MAL until the next anime season rolls around, or until we beat the next game, which, as a reminder, we will be heading into Kingdom Hearts Dream Drop Distance HD. Look forward to Kingdom Hearts Dream Drop Distance HD. Coming at you. Same SAC channel, different sack time. All right. Kato, special thanks to you for stopping by. Hopefully you had a good time. If you're still there, hope you enjoy your manhwa. But until next time, I have been Sacrobolic, your envoy of hope, and I will be seeing you next time. Bye-bye.